We're talking about having a parent in prison, maybe a child. Jane's in Oxford. Your daughter's in jail, Jane.
Yeah, she is. To cut a long story short, tried to commit suicide several times. Unfortunately, the children were taken, obviously, from her. We've had the children nearly 6 years. I've got 4 children. At the time, they were 8, 6, 3 and 1.
Wow.
We both worked full-time.
Yeah.
We had to give up. We managed to work full-time for 3 years and then gave up. We're both retired now. And just felt that these children, they hold the shears of shame, like your previous caller, that they've got a parent in prison. Unfortunately, 2 of the times that she tried to commit suicide were by arson. And as you probably know and your callers know, arson is quite a serious
I see.
thing.
So that becomes criminal, yeah.
That becomes criminal, and the judge thought it'd be a good idea to give her a 10 and a 4-year sentence to run consecutively.
So that's right. So she's got 7 years in jail, basically.
7 years in jail. She served half of her time, but she's a completely different person now. So in one way, it saved her life, but in another way, it's pretty miserable.
I can hear that. And the father of the children, is he around?
He is around. Brilliant.
That's good.
Him.
Right.
Come a long way. They're all of the same father. Yeah, very supportive. Yeah, very good. So what it was 6 years ago, we're in a completely different place.
So the youngest, so they're aging now. I'm just adding this all up, between 14 and 7. I'm thinking.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
and I suppose you're beginning to see what would be a realization in them that not everyone's mum is locked up like this.
Yes, and you've just hit the nail on the head. I did say to your person that rang us, for instance, we do go on holiday a lot. I'm known as the holiday queen because I believe in giving these children really nice experiences. So we're on holiday. Our youngest was talking to a little girl, as you do, in the pool and that, and she asked where her mum was. She said, my mum's in prison. The little girl got out of the pool, quite clearly went to tell her parents, and the parents didn't allow her to play with her again.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't bear that.
So, no, I know, because people just,
Stigma, yeah.
No empathy, a lot of people, so the children have to, that's just one example, but, we found a brilliant charity called Children Heard and Seen, and I found them myself, and they are phenomenal.
Well, it's good you mentioned them, Jane, because I want to just go to Lucy in Coventry, who wants to also talk about that charity. Jane, thank you.
Yeah.
Bless you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So Children Heard, take care. Children Heard and Seen, Lucy.
Yes.
Tell us what they do.
They save lives, to be honest. When this happens, that your partner or the children ex-partner for me, and you're having to deal with something you don't even understand, comprehend. We were respectable people. We were somewhere where the children in the neighbourhood came to play in our house, and that changed at something called the knock. Then you learn, you have to do your research at what happens. So Children Heard and Seen are when the parent is sentenced. So that's whenever they kicked in for me. So the day after my ex was sent to prison, I made contact with them, and they helped guide me. Like, what do you tell children? What do you tell children that their daddy has gone to prison? How do you get those words?
And I can see that he's in the territory of sexual activity with a child, and that is the most problematic area in all this, because if there's a stigma for theft and violence, etc., there's 10 times the stigma for that.
Yes, I would have preferred other offences, and that's a really horrible thing to say. So our address was listed, our home, the schools. I had to go into quite a safe process whenever my house was listed. He had left the house a year earlier, but his case was reported very big in the area and subsequently has been re-reported due to additional factors. So the children are old enough, they look at Google, they search, and I've had to take them through that their daddy tried to hurt children. I've had to use very age-appropriate language. So how did we do that?
I feel for you. It's horrible. It's all horrible, and you almost just want to say, make a clean break and completely have nothing to do. But then he is their father, and then it needs explaining, and I can really feel your pain here.
So we relocated completely. I had to leave my job. I had to leave the area. I couldn't afford to live where we were living. He was well known. We were stigmatised. We were pointed at in shops. We were pointed at the school gate. The children were becoming known as the pedo kids. So
oh my goodness.
We had to look at other options for us, and that meant living with going into homeless situation. So we've done that now for some time, and life's getting better.
Good.
We've learned to laugh again. The children once said to me, "Mummy, you stopped laughing." And so that was important. It was what the previous caller talked about, the holidays.
Yeah.
I do have to take them through, what we talked about. And there is the tools that children heard and seen talk us through about things that we can only discuss within the family.
Understood. I will leave it there, but thank you so much. We've got to play the news, go to the newsroom just for the hour, news on the hour. But Lucy, everything heard and received. Thank you. There's lots on this. It's a very painful subject. Siobhan says it's my job to help keep parents in touch with their children when they go to prison. There are so many kids in that group. Their stories are heartbreaking. There's so much shame and stigma, and there's almost no support, and we have to do better.
This is Radio 2.
On